Okay, so I'm using making gluten-free cookies because my son is gluten intolerant, and I find that Betty Crocker's gluten-free cookie mix is wonderful. I've done it from scratch, and from scratch is great too, but Betty Crocker makes a pretty darn good, the lighting on there right, mix that's pretty easy. And what I find for to get the dough to a rollout consistency, I just add maybe a quarter cup maybe of gluten-free flour in addition to the mix to sort of give it a little more body so you can roll it out. And then this, make sure you have plenty of gluten-free flour on your board to roll out and keep everything from sticking. You want to do it on your rolling pin and on your hands and everything. So just add a little extra gluten-free flour there. And to make our little ghosts, we're just using a tulip, be this way, a tulip cookie cutter, which would be great for Easter, but for Halloween we're going to turn it upside down and make little ghosts. Just rub it in a little flour, cut these out. Like that. Get as many out as we can. And then, okay, so after we cut off the little piece on the top, which would be the stem, just see that we have what's going to be a cute little ghost. The little eyes and the mouth. After we do the icing, we got little ghosts. Okay, so after your cookies are cooled, nice and cooled off, you're going to want to mix up your icing, and there are plenty of good icing, cookie icing recipes on the internet. Basically, it's powdered sugar, 1 cup of powdered sugar, tablespoon of milk, maybe a little bit more, 1 drop of lemon juice, cuts the sweetness a little bit, and just mix that all up really good, and you'll get your icing. You want it a little bit on the thick side so that we can do this piping around the edges first. Don't want it too thin. Basically, the consistency of that, kind of thick, a little bit thinner than toothpaste, but not too thin. And then what I find very handy is to fill up just a little squirt bottle. I got these at Walmart, I think 2 for under $2 or something like that. And this makes it very easy to do your icing, rather than, you can do the bag and the tips and all that, but this is, I find, kind of really easy. So we can get a little bit of the, I didn't fill this up all the way, so it's going to take a little while to get the icing down to the bottom here. But basically what you're going to do is do an outline on the cookie to start with. And we're going to fill that in with icing in a little bit, but just go right around squeezing the bottle. Like that. Okay, now to fill these in, I waited maybe 2 minutes to let this harden up just a little bit. To fill these in, what you're going to do is just take your icing and make diagonal lines within the border, back and forth, and it will just sort of fill in on its own. And stay within the outline you already made. And it'll kind of level out there and fill in. And if you have any extra little parts you want to fill, you can take a toothpick and pull it out a little bit. And if you have a bubble, you can pop your bubbles and they'll fill in like that. And there's a little ridge there, but that will probably smooth out as it dries, like this one did. So once again, to fill it in, just go back and forth. I do a diagonal. You can do horizontal, vertical, however you want to go, but just back and forth, filling it in up to the edge. keep going. Any parts we miss, we're going to pull out with that toothpick. And just sort of smooth it over. It'll naturally want to level out and fill in. Just like that. Okay, so the last part of this cookie project is to add the little eyes. And I found the easiest way was just to get these black sugar pearls, which make cute little eyes. You can make black icing and do that as well. Add little dots of icing if you'd like, but I'm kind of like lately been in, you know, quicker is easier and is better. So, and with 2 little kids running around, sometimes you got to go as fast as you can go. So just take 2 of these little, whoops, there goes 1, 2 of these little pearls there, and put them in the eyes. And you can put them wherever you want. You can put them high, low. I think closer together is kind of cuter. Kind of like that. You can put them off to the side, like your ghost is looking sideways. That's cute too. And there you have your little ghost cookie. Let the icing harden for a couple hours at least, and you're good to go. You could stack them once they're all dry and put them on a plate. Okay, very simple, easy little ghost Halloween cookies from a tulip cookie cutter. Happy Halloween!